In this video series, we're going to look at how to create a membership site using WordPress and free plugins. This membership site will have 5 levels altogether that are available, 1 free level and 4 paid levels. You're going to require a domain name and a hosting account of your own to set up your membership site. Okay, so just like that, WordPress is installed. Now what we're going to do is we're going to install our required plugins. There's several of them. So we'll go to Plugins, Add New. First plugin we're going to install is called S2 Member. This is what's going to power our membership site. We'll activate that. Okay. Go back to Add New again. Now we're going to install something called Peter's Login Redirect. And you'll see why all these things are being installed in later videos as we go along. But for now, we're just going to install these. Now normally when you're installing this, just after you click install, it'll come up and ask you to put in your domain name, username, and password for your hosting account. I've already done that, so it's not showing that here because it remembers it, but you will get that. Okay, the next thing we want to put in here is an email plugin called Email Users. Okay, so normally at this point, this is where it asks you to put in the domain name, username, and password for FTP, which is the same as your login for your cPanel or for your hosting account. Okay, next we need something called WP Hide Posts. Activate. And one more called Limit Login Attempts. This is to keep people from trying to hack your site. So limit. Okay, one more here. Headspace 2. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is change the way the site looks. Right now, if we look at our site, we're using the current default theme, which is just a white theme, as you see here, and it's got some example content on it. But what we want to do is we want to match the colors up to our sales page. You don't have to do too much work at the back end here. All you want to do is basically match the colors up, and then if you have a graphic, you can put it on the front page, and I'll show you that a little later. And that's really all you need to do in the back end. You do your selling at the front end, you do your delivery at the back end. So there's no need to get carried away making this all fancy. Of course, that's up to you. You can do any kind of design you want, but for expediency's sake, we're just going to use a simple template where we can change the look of it like the colors very easily. So to do that, what I do is I go to install theme, and what I like to use is the original default theme. It was called Kubrick. So I put in here Kubrick. And that's this one over here on the right. Let's install that. We'll activate it. Okay, now when we look, okay, this is what our site looks like at the moment. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is go into widgets, and we're going to set what we want in the sidebar. So we're going to put pages over there. And we could just put navigation here. Okay, and we're going to be using pages on our membership site, not posts. So we just need pages there and the login. Now, there's the basic meta here, but it gives you a lot of things that you don't want, a bunch of WordPress things. So I like to use something called custom meta, which is a plugin that I forgot to install. So let's go back here to plugins, install that. And install custom meta. And activate. Okay, now back to appearance again. Widgets. Okay, we want to put custom meta up here. Let's put it above the pages. And then we want to show the register and admin and log in and log off. We don't want any of the rest of it. We'll save and close. Okay, at this point we have everything installed on here that we need to get things set up. Okay, so you see over here we have site admin and log off, and we have navigation over here for our pages. So let's go back to site admin. Let's rename meta there. That's not really a good name for that. We'll call it welcome or something like that. I'm going to go with welcome. You can call it whatever you like. So under title we'll put welcome. Okay, we'll save that. Okay, so those are really all the plugins you need. I like to put another one on called Visitor Maps, and it shows the people that are on your site and where they came from and the people that have been on your site. That's an optional plugin. I'm going to install that now. So we just call it, go to plugins, and then add new. And then under search, do visitor maps. Okay, so visitor maps and who's online. Let's install. Activate. Okay, it comes up and says it needs to install the Geolite City database. So install that. It goes through some steps here, and when it's all over, it tells you where you are. as a test, and then it's all set. Now, when you go to dashboard, you'll see here we have who's online. So now you can see who is online on your site. Okay, it shows us. If you don't want to see yourself, you can go to the Visitor Maps options and you can tell it to ignore administrators. So do not include administrators. And then it'll only show other people on here besides yourself. Okay, just one more step, and that's just to delete the garbage off here. The data that was put in automatically on install. So we'll trash the posts. And then we'll trash the pages. Okay, now WordPress is all installed. Plugins are all installed. Now we can get to the site setup, and we'll start that in the next video.